In this video, I am going to give some overall thoughts on the list and zero in on 10 wines that I will be seeking out. The Wine Spectator just released their top 100 wines of 2025. They did a slow roll countdown of the top 10 on Instagram with the critics talking about each of the wines that I really found entertaining. It was nice to see something new from the Wine Spectator rather than the same old repetitive cover stories that they like to feature on their magazine. While I do like to crab on the lack of diversity in their cover stories, the Wine Spectator Top 100 list is my favorite in the industry. I spend a lot of time with it. It offers more variety and better value than James Suckling's Top 100 and better wine than the Wine Enthusiast's Top 100 values. So I think when looking at this list, it's important to understand the criteria that the Wine Spectator uses for creating the list, as different publications each do things their own way. For the Wine Spectator, they focus on, number one, the quality of the wine. Duh, right? That makes sense as a criteria. We want good quality wines. Each wine must be at or above a Wine Spectator score of 90 points. Number two is the quality to price value. This is good to see as they focus on that as a key criteria. Number three, the wine must be widely available in the United States. This is lovely to see, right? Perhaps we'll be able to find these wines without too much extra effort. I enjoy a search, but I don't want to expend too much extra effort. And then the last thing is, number four, is the stories. There's an X factor that's taken into account. I guess Wine Spectator considers X factors to be an interesting story, something about the wine, something about the producer that's exciting, something about the growing conditions. All this is obviously subjective, but they include it and they communicate these stories, and it makes this list fun to review. So here are the 10 wines that I am going after hard. Number 96, the 2022 Bodega Bilar White Rioja. This is 92 points at $21. So this is a blend of Grenache Blanc and Viura. So Viura is a really widely planted grape in Spain. It's a white grape. And it's being included in more and more quality wines. I've started to explore White Rioja a little bit, but it's really a part of the wine world that I don't know too much. I don't have a ton of experience with, so I plan to explore it more in the coming years. I'm starting to see more wines like these on the shelf, and this one is one I'm going to target. Tasting note includes such terms as raw almond, mandarin orange peel, dried white cherry, which is super specific, and a salty finish too. I've spoken about how I'm searching for salty finishes. Number 91, 2021 Hugh Hamilton Shiraz Saperavi, South Australia Black Ops. This wine comes in at 92 points for about $30. I've been drinking more Australian wine this year, in this year. I love Shiraz. The addition of Saperavi to this blend is interesting. It's very intriguing to me. It's a under the radar grape from Eastern Europe. The tasting note includes terms such as black walnut liqueur, salted black licorice, and spiced plum. So, that combination is just mind-blowing. I'd love to experience it. Number 48, 2022 Symington Family Douro Altano. 90 points at $13. This is a blend of Touriga Franca, Tinta Roriz, which aka Tempranillo, and Tinta Barroca. The wine is from Portugal, right? These Portuguese blends remain stunningly cheap because nobody knows these grapes, and they just don't have the reputation. The tasting notes for this one include terms such as brambly or boysenberry, cherry, violet, and blood orange peel. You can drink this tonight, and you can even grab a few of these bottles at $13 and put it in your cellar for about 5 years or so as well. Something to keep in mind. Experiment. Number 32, 2024 Masakin, Ania, California. 92 points, about $32. This is a unique white blend in California of Ribolla Gialla, Tokai Friulano, Chardonnay, and Pinot Bianco. This type of blend, which just like 4 grapes in California that if only one of them makes sense. It's exactly what this brand does, and this sounds like another winner. The tasting note here includes terms such as lemon blossoms, wildflower honey, marzipan, and notes of wild fennel that lingers. Once again, I need to work on my tasting notes. Number 24, 2023 Dry Creek Clarksburg. 91 points, comes in at $18. This is a Chenin Blanc from California. Chenin Blanc from California is interesting to me. You know I love the wines from the Loire Valley in France, and South Africa for that matter. Best Chenin Blanc, in those two areas in the world. This guy's got tasting notes of apricot, peach, apple, a hint of jasmine. It just sounds delicious. 2022, hold please. Number 22, the 2022 Patson Hall Sonoma Chardonnay, 93 points, comes in at $35. I continue to love to explore California Chardonnay that's not too oaky. It's truly a great wine. It's one of my favorites. I have this guy from the Durrell Vineyard 2019 vintage that I have a couple in the cellar. I might taste one of these very soon. But the 2022 has succulent peach, apricot, mango with notes of toasted coconut and creme anglaise with a drizzle of wildflower honey. Holy mackerel. I can't wait to taste this guy if the regular one has those types of tasting notes. Number 7, 2021 Produttore del Barbaresco, 94 points. I didn't write the price down, somewhere around $50. So this is a cooperative of growers that makes great wine year after year. This is their base wine, right? They have other wines from the single vineyard, the communes. Tasting notes here include terms such as cherries, rose petals, white pepper, strawberry, and some minerality. Now, the price continues to go up a little bit each year. So over the past 5 years, it has increased quite a bit, but in the mid-50s, it's still a great relative value. It's a wine that you can drink very soon, and also that you should give some time in the cellar. Let's say 10 to 15 years. I'm just laughing because Monty just fell off the table onto a chair. Crazy Cats. Number 5, 2022 Chateau Beau Séjour, Becot, Saint-Emilion, 96 points at $85. So 2022, great vintage in Bordeaux, so no surprise that a few of them ended up in the top 10. This blend, again, Saint-Emilion, right bank, so Merlot dominates the blend at 75%. The tasting note includes terms such as violets and rose hips, followed by raspberry and red currant preserves. This is one that I would say you don't want to drink right away. You want to leave this laying down in your cellar for at least 5 years before opening. If you buy this and can resist the urge, right, save it until 2037. 15 years after the vintage. Number 3, 2023 Ridge Lytton Springs Dry Creek Valley, 95 points, $55. So this wine is mostly Zinfandel, and it is $55. Now I'm telling you that you need to be drinking more Zinfandel. This blend, come here Eddie. This is Eddie. This blend has 75% Zinfandel with the rest of the blend being including Petit Syrah and Carignan. The tasting note includes terms such as bold blackberry flavors, savory anise, black pepper, and dark Asian spices. Ooh, sounds kind of spooky. Too bad I wasn't doing this video around Halloween. The dark Asian spice blend. Very spooky. It'll get you. This wine is a perennial winner. And it can age really well. Like, you can let these Zinfandel-based wine, or this particular Zinfandel-based wine, relax in the cellar for 5 to 10 years. No problem. I think I have a Magnum downstairs of this bottle from an older vintage. I got to go take a look at that. Last wine at number 1 on the list, 2022 Chateau Giscourt Margaux, 95 points at $68. Said it already, 2022, great vintage in Purdue. Good God. Great vintage in Bordeaux, so no surprise that one of them ended up in the top spot. Now, the en primeur campaigns for Bordeaux continue to come down in price. And those are the, basically buying wines on spec before they're even in a bottle. Now, and while tariffs are making the wines more expensive, overall, the value remains in Bordeaux in a lot of bottles. This particular one, Left Bank, right? Margaux, Left Bank, Cabernet Sauvignon dominates the blend at 64%, with Merlot making up 30%. This, again, Margaux's on the left bank. This makes sense that Cabernet Sauvignon is the dominant grape. Right bank, Merlot dominates. Tasting note for this one, warmed cassis, plum notes, that forms the core. And then lilac, iris, and violets. Tell me you can pick out 3 different flower fragrances in a wine with black tea on the finish. This wine is beguiling and has a cashmere-like mouthfeel. There's a long backstory to the history of this estate that you should take a look at on the Wine Spectator site. It takes some time to read, so you can do that while letting this wine age for, let's say, 15 to 20 years. Some final notes on some wines that I did not list as targets. Some have been targets before, so they're just like permanently imprinted on my brain. For example, if I see the Diatom Chardonnay, the Chateau Talbot Saint Julien, the Chateau Marquis de Terme, the Ravines, Finger Lakes Riesling, like $21, insane value. A Ken Wright Pinot Noir, a Ken Forrester Chenin Blanc from South Africa, and the Viticcio Chianti Classico Reserva. I mean, it reminds me I should have included them in my Chianti Classico video. It's a missed opportunity. All those wines are buys. All those wines at some level were on this list. So I didn't call them out as wines that I'm targeting, but they're wines I've targeted in the past and I'm going to continue to target. Hey, I'd love to know your thoughts on the list. If you're going to be seeking out any of these wines for your cellar or for next week, or do you just ignore the top 100 wines that the Wine Spectator puts out every year because you know better, or you can do better? Thanks so much for joining. I appreciate all the love, the likes, the recent views. We're getting a lot of momentum here. It's making me feel so good. You know what would make me feel good and make Eddie feel good? Hit that subscribe button over here, and I'll see you guys soon.